What's going on, everybody? I can't believe I'm going to do this 2 weeks in a row. I'm generally really bad about keeping up with stuff like this. And I don't really like talking to myself. I generally work best when I'm talking to other people and working with other people. That's why I like playing games with Elise. But this is the only option I have because she's in the shower right now. And this is the best time for me to do it. And yeah, but I just wanted to jump back real quick into things and say, holy cow, you guys are awesome. I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping at first and just say I have 100,000 subscribers now on YouTube, which is insane. That's really crazy. Thank you to everyone for that. And now let me follow that up by desperately apologizing to all of you for the lack of content. I know some of you like it. I mean, I put up the stuff that I put up, but I don't know if you think it's funny or not. Obviously, there's another channel that I have called Funhouse that is where the best stuff that I do goes. So I appreciate you guys hanging around and kind of enjoying this. Elise and I have fun, but it's like totally a hobby. And to think that this many people have subscribed, whether or not any of you watch, that many people have clicked a button and said, yeah, I'll get more of this. That's crazy. And that's awesome. And I am going to try to deliver even an eighth of the amount of stuff and entertainment that you totally deserve, because that's insane. And building off of that, it's been really light on the channel recently. There was the Psychonauts stuff, and then it was just basically nothing, and then there's the video last week, and there was nothing, and now there's this video. Well, I'm not going to make an excuse, because it was Christmas, and I was just being really lazy, and then we went to Australia, and I was just being really lazy. And then I got back, and I was like, all right, let's get back into it. And then basically my graphics card it shit the bed. And so I had to get a new one before I could comfortably restart. Did you see the lights just flash in here? I think I'm haunted. That's like the third time this has happened. But anyway, I would try and record something, and then the whole computer, or at least the display, would shut down in the middle of it, and I would lose everything. It's kind of frustrating, and I didn't want to do something and then be really proud of it and then not be able to put it up. So I didn't do anything. But again, that's not an excuse. That's on me. There is going to be more stuff coming down the pipeline. More Psychonauts. There's actually almost completely forgot. There's a Psychonauts thing that's already been recorded and live streamed weeks ago that I just completely forgot existed and didn't put up on YouTube. So more stuff is coming. And I hope you enjoy it. Overwatch is back, so you'll probably be seeing some of that. And Smite's in Season 3, so you'll probably be seeing some of that. If there's something else you want to see, let me know. Don't hesitate to let me know. That's it. Now let's move on. Wow. There were some really amazing comments and tweets that I got after the last episode of this, if you want to call it an episode. I don't really know if I do, but I just did. And a lot of people saying that they're now motivated to go to the gym, or they're going to give it another shot, or they're going to give it a first try, or they thought that they were over going to the gym, or they go to the gym all the time and they just want to let me know. All of that is awesome. Exercise, not even going to the gym, going out and going for a walk, going for a run, doing push-ups at home, all of this is totally awesome. Even if you're all lying to me and only one of you is telling the truth, that's still awesome to think that anything I say could motivate anyone to take charge of their life and kind of try for something healthier is ridiculous, and that is fantastic. People actually working out and taking care of themselves, especially people who are part of the Funhouse community, or a fan of these videos, or just like Elise and tune in with the hopes that they're going to see her. Any person that's close to me in any sort of way, internet or not, I want them to be healthy and I want them to be happy. So I'm glad. That's awesome. Please continue to send me comments like that. I'm going to keep trying to shout at people. Have been asking me to shout at them when they're going to the gym. I'm happy to keep shouting. As soon as I see those tweets, I will try and shout at you. There were a lot of really good questions and comments too, really insightful. There are people sharing way more knowledge than I have in the comments. If you haven't scrolled through those comments, it's really not toxic, and most of it's really good. But there's way more people out there that have knowledge about this than I do. Again, I am only speaking from personal experience. I have read a ton about things, but I'm not trained. I'm not a certified personal trainer. I didn't go to school for this. I haven't taken classes, no formal training or whatever. This is me just totally doing my personal experience. So anything I say should be taken in that framework. Not that I'm not holding myself responsible for the things that I say for myself, but it's not a like an FBI warning or a legal thing. I just want you guys to kind of find your own answers, because there's really no individual way to figure out fitness and working out and being happy with yourself. That's a big question. But one of the biggest questions I got was about working out at home or not going to a gym for whatever reason. That's totally fine. It's really easy too. Especially if you're kind of new to it, man, you could just go for a walk, and it's a pretty good workout. Getting up out of your chair every once in a while and going for a walk, doing some push-ups in the morning, and sit-ups and standing air squats and all kinds of things like that. Just moving your body is really awesome, even if you're just getting started, especially if you're just getting started. If you want to take it to the next level, there's no reason you can't, and there's actually a really awesome subreddit for all things, but in this situation, there's an awesome subreddit called Body Weight Fitness. And some of it can get really advanced, like gymnastics type stuff, but most of the stuff are things you can like do in a park or do in your apartment. It doesn't really require equipment. It just requires your body weight, and that doesn't mean that it is not challenging at all. There's handstands, there's wall push-ups, there's all kinds of crazy stuff there, and I definitely recommend checking it out. If you want more information on that and you're not interested in going to the gym, some of you that are going to the gym have also expressed concerns about, oh, hey, Benson, he's coming to listen and talk. Benson, how do you stay in shape? He says he just eats more and more. He eats so much that he gets tired, and that's his workout. People say that they feel concerned about going to the gym and looking weak, or looking like they're not knowing what they're doing, or getting too much attention there. And please do not worry about that at all. I can tell you, as a gym goer and someone who knows lots of people who are at the gym and just observing things, no one cares. No one cares. And if they do care, they're the weirdo in that situation. If someone comes and bothers you, then they're the weirdo. The only thing I would recommend is try not to get in the way of other people. If you're inexperienced, try and go in with some sort of knowledge and try and learn something, as opposed to just going in and dicking around and taking up a lot of space and a lot of weights and wasting other people's time. That's never cool. But no one will judge you for trying. No one will judge you for starting with a low weight, because honestly, that's the best way to learn proper form, and that's the best way to get stronger in the long run. There's plenty of exercises I'll probably touch on another time. There's plenty of exercises that, despite how advanced I may be in certain things, I'm completely a novice in others. And I don't get self-conscious when someone else is there, because they have strengths and I have weaknesses, and that's just kind of what you work towards. So don't worry about it. This is a bigger issue than anyone staring or anyone being a dick. So take care of yourself first, and then after that, worry about what other people think. But I guarantee you, they're not thinking as hard as you imagine they might be. And then the other thing I saw was in response to the shoes, my ridiculous shoes, which, again, totally admitting that they're ridiculous. There's an alternative. I suggested going barefoot, but then I said you can just get flat-soled shoes, and a lot of people were pointing out that Converse Chuck Taylors are an awesome and cheap option for working out, doing squats, mostly deadlifts, kind of leg exercises and things where you actually need your feet solid on the ground, and I totally agree. I actually used to work out in Chuck Taylors for a little while, and then eventually just switched over to going barefoot because why not? And then eventually moved over to the ridiculous shoes that I have now. Again, goes back to not caring what other people think of the gym, but Converse Chuck Taylors are an awesome option. I would say, to clarify on that, try not to get ones that have high tops. Try and get ones that don't support your ankle, because you want to have that mobility and you want to make sure that there's nothing there, one, inhibiting the motion while you're doing complex exercises like a squat or a deadlift. But then 2, you don't want anything bracing your ankle in a way that may cause it to not gain the strength from that exercise that it should. So just keep that in mind. Totally a great shoe. Totally recommend. Everyone that said that, everyone that suggested that is totally right. Totally agree. So that's it. That's me talking about last time. Now I just want to touch on briefly where I'm at. I've gone to the gym all the times that I plan to, which is 3 times a week to go and lift heavy weights. That is all that I am required to do of myself, basically. Then there's optional other stuff that I want to do. I feel like I've been getting stronger already. I'll run down in a little bit just kind of what I've put in my notebook about what I've been doing over the last week, I guess, the last couple days. And I feel like I'm getting stronger, which is really good. My routine that I'm currently doing, some people asked about. I don't think it's not really an advanced routine, but it's basically linear progression, progressive overload, whatever you want to call it. I am constantly trying to challenge myself with every single workout, and the best, most consistent way that I can do that is always by raising the weight or requiring more of my repetitions and sets. Someone accurately asked me if I was doing a variation of gray skull linear progression, and I am. This is the routine that I'm kind of working on now. You can look it up. It's a workout routine which basically involves lots of major lifts and a bunch of other stuff too. But again, I'm doing a variation where you do a lift, you do 2 sets of 5 reps, and then your last set is as many reps as you can do, not necessarily until failure. You're not supposed to collapse on the ground on the last rep, but basically the last full rep that you know you can complete in your head, that's the last one. So it causes you to do stuff like 5 reps, and then 8 reps, 5 reps, and 6 is totally fine. 5 reps, and 5 is good too. If you get 5 reps, 4, then maybe the weight is a little too high and you have to try it again next week. But if you can do that, then the next week after, you got to bump up the weight and you have to try harder. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out really well. I like it a lot because it doesn't take up too much time. For a while, I was doing 5 reps of 5 sets, and it was taking a really long time. I go to the gym with Elise, and she doesn't need nearly as much time as I did to do stuff like that. So now it's a lot better because we kind of finish at the same time. No one has to wait on anyone, and I like going with her, so I don't want her to have to wait on me, and I don't want her to feel like she doesn't want to be there. So that's where I'm at right now. It's always about more weight, more reps, faster if you're running or something like that. I'm always it's never just, all right, let's just go in and do the routine again. The routine is merely variables, and you insert numbers every single time, constantly changing the numbers. It sounds complex, but it's really not. It just means that if you could do it last time, you should try more next time. You may not necessarily get it, but you should try more. And that's how your body's going to get stronger, and that's how your muscles are going to get bigger, and if that's what you're going for, that's what you're going to feel good about. Now, I don't mean to scare you when I say muscles bigger. Some people are afraid of getting bulky. It's not going to happen. The big dudes that you see and the big women that you see, muscular women, they've worked so much harder to get to that point. So much harder than I can even imagine working in my head. So I'm not too concerned about that. There's also a lot of nutrition and a lot of stuff behind that too. This is just to feel good about yourself. The only criticism that I've had of myself this past week is that I mentioned last time that in addition to those 3 visits to the gym, I like to go to another gym on my lunch break. Totally an awesome optional perk that I have for myself, but I like to go in there and I like to do a little bit of cardio and I like to do some accessory work. That didn't happen that much last week. I think I went, let's see. I did it once, and I'm shooting for 3 or 4 times. So again, it's optional. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I think I could improve in that area. I hate cardio, but I figured out a way to do it to make it tolerable and kind of make it fun, which I'm happy to elaborate on in some other video if you guys want me to. and it seems to work for me. So I just have to get back into a habit of doing that a little bit more. And then also my back pain has been pretty good. A lot of you said, hey, once you get back into it, don't worry about it. You'll stretch it out, you'll get blood flow, things will feel better, and it's feeling really good. Like I said, I've been taking it easy on the weights, and it's feeling really good. So that's good. Tonight, I did feel like a tinge, I think is the right word, of it in the first couple sets of the squats I was doing. And I was like, uh-oh, so I didn't really ease off on the weight, but I really focused on keeping my form tight and doing everything as accurately as I could, so that way I didn't have to really work it. And it kind of went away, so that's a good thing. It's definitely a muscle thing. I'm almost certain it's a muscle thing. I appreciate everyone tossing out their opinions and stuff into the arena for their thoughts on what's going on, but I think it's okay. We'll keep an eye on it, though. As far as my recent workouts go, I'm happy to just open up my notebook and just kind of flip through it. Last time I did squats that I spoke to you guys, and then the day after was the day I actually, on my lunch break, went to the gym. I'm reading this out of my notebook here. And then I just did some sprints on a treadmill and dumbbell rows and some dips. Dips are awesome. Totally recommend dips. And then I went to the gym again on Thursday, and I did squats again, but I did high bar squats. There's a high bar and low bar squats, and I alternate between the two. Totally can talk about that in a different video. Do not even worry about that. Just do squats. Don't worry about high bar and low bar. But I did high bar, which meant I did a little bit less weight, but I did 5 reps, and then I managed to get 10 reps on the last set. So that's a pretty good indicator that my strength levels are higher than the number that I set for myself there. So I'm going to be going up next time. And then I did overhead press, and then deadlift. Then I didn't do anything for the rest of the week until Saturday, where Elise and I went to the gym, and I did squats again, back to low bar, bench press, pen lay row, which is something I mentioned last time. Great back exercise. Totally love it. Yesterday was Monday for me, recording this Tuesday night. Yeah. And I did cycles, like a bicycle, and I would go pedal really hard and then pedal easy and pedal hard and back and forth. Did that. I did some dumbbell incline bench press, chin-ups, dips, and I also did a farmer's walk, which is kind of just a random thing that I decided to throw in, where when I was walking from the pull-ups to the dips, I just carried some weights with me. I mean, that stuff counts. Racking and unracking the weight counts. I always hate when you see personal trainers and they're training someone and they're taking the weights on and off for them. I'm like, that's part of the exercise, man. You're cheating them. Anyway, then today, Tuesday, I did front squats, which I like to throw in every once in a while. 95 pounds, not that much. 5 reps. 7 reps is what I got at the end. Overhead press, 100 pounds, 5 reps. 8 reps. And then deadlift, I did 360 4 times with a full stop in between each rep. These are not numbers that anyone should compare themselves to. There are so many comments that we got that were way above the numbers that I had given for my last workout, and numbers that were way below. Doesn't matter at all. This is just kind of where I'm at, and I'm working to get stronger. But I think it went pretty well. I had a pretty good week working out, and Elise had a really good week working out. She'd been running. Right, Wheezy?
You take me for cheeseburgers now.
She wants cheeseburgers. I gotta wrap this up. But
you wrap up the cheeseburger and go wrap it for me.
I gotta wrap it up for her. She wants it to go. But I just wanted to say a few quick things about going forward. My plan is to try and bring up the amount of times I go to the gym on my lunch break, and then just keep working towards the strength. Some people were telling me, oh, you're not going to get strong on the number of calories that you're trying to hit, which at this point is around 2,000. That might be true. I have certain strength reserves left over from the last peak that I hit. So I'm planning on trying to use those as much as possible, and then I'm going to bulk if I need to or cut, and I'll talk about nutrition in a different video because honestly I don't really know what to talk about in these things. I hope you guys enjoyed, but I don't know what to talk about really. But I'm going to continue checking my progress. I haven't lost or gained any weight. Same weight, weigh myself every single time I go to the gym, and I haven't really lost anything or gained anything, which is totally fine with me. And final thoughts would just be to encourage you guys to keep tweeting me when you're going to the gym. Keep tweeting me questions. I'll try and get back to as many of you as possible. Those of you that have shared super informative information in the comments, please continue doing that. You guys are all awesome. This is a lot of fun, and I can't believe we did 2 weeks. Hopefully we're going to do 3 weeks of this. And then that being said, more gameplays, more fun stuff with Elise to come, because this shouldn't be the only video that I put up every single week. There should be a lot more. Thank you guys again for 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now I just need to get YouTube to send me my big silver button. Though it took us like 8 months to get it at Funhouse. And by that point we had a lot more than 100,000 subscribers. So I'm not going to hold my breath. But thank you guys for watching. I have to go get Elise some cheeseburgers because she's fuming now. She's really pissed off. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye.